Welcome to Goblin Blood Bowl channel. Work hard, hit hard, play hard. Will you survive Goblin Blood Bowl? Proudly serving Bloodwifer beer in all Goblin stadiums.
Welcome to the GBBC. This week we cover the round one of the playoffs. Exciting week, and if it's exciting as this throughout the playoffs, we won't be disappointed. My name is Fat Zombie.
This is Oni Goku.
Let's get started. The first matchup will be the Aztecs versus the Los Chicos del Golden. Los Chicos receives the ball first and makes a long drive down the pitch, bruising up the Orcs amazingly well. The Aztecs, after some serious fighting amongst the two teams, managed to score late in the second half, tying up the game and bringing it to overtime. With both teams fairly well bruised up and a few players dead, they head into the overtime matchup. The Aztecs receive the ball and drive it down the field. With valiant efforts, the Los Chicos del Golden managed to only slow the Aztecs down, but not enough to stop them from scoring the winning touchdown. Congratulations to the Aztecs. You're going to round two.
Another matchup is the Trojan Norse taking on the Underworld Gnawers. The Trojan Norse received and went after the Skaven, wanting to hurt them. The Gnawers concentrated on putting pressure on the ball carrier. The Norse tried to protect the ball carrier only to watch the ball pop loose. The Skaven were unable to take advantage after grabbing the ball as the gutter runner was tripped up while running away. After a fight for the ball, the Norse recover and march down the field. Despite a great defensive effort by the Gnawers, the Trojan Norse scored the lone touchdown of the first half. Starting down 3 players, the Skaven try and press forward in the second half. The Gnawer offense is overwhelmed by the Trojan Norse, leading to a defensive touchdown and a Norse victory. Great try roller and well done, Lenotis.
The next matchup to be covered will be Stop Poking Me versus Cars Harem 11. Cars Harem 11 receives the ball first and scores quickly against Stop Poking Me team. Stop Poking Me start their drive, but Omega Bog gets a lightning bolt up his ass from the opposition's wizard, effectively halting their drive for a short while. Cars Harem could not, however, capitalize on this, and eventually Stop Poking Me's team were able to score a touchdown before the half's end. Stop Poking Me received in the second half, and due to a lucky bounce of the ball into the Big Orcs' hands, they were able to stomp their way all the way down the pitch for their second game-ending touchdown to secure the victory. Congratulations, Stop Poking Me. You're going to the second round.
For another match, we have the Misty Mountain Cold Brew taking on the Run the Plays That I Call. Misty Mountain Cold Brew received and proceeded to do a standard dwarven grind for the only score of the first half. Second half, down players, Run the Plays That I Call, tried a desperate long pass only to have the lineman fumble the catch. Cold Brew recovered the ball, then again bullied the Norse, leading to a second dwarven touchdown and the win. Congratulations, Midnight Wolf.
Damn, was hoping for another dwarf team to get knocked out. The next matchup to be covered is the Bunch of Tools versus Far From Pukin. Far From Pukin start the game receiving the ball and moving down the field for a tough touchdown. Bunch of Tools quickly responds for a quick touchdown, but Justin Bieber trips over himself before crossing the goal line and ending the first half of play. Bunch of Tools did score in the second half of play by making an easy drive down the field and wasting time scoring in the final moments of the half, leaving the fate of this game into overtime. Now, in overtime, Bunch of Tools receive yet again and score another easy touchdown. Just goes to show how weak dwarfs are when they have less players on the pitch than the opposition. It's so sweet to see how helpless they are. Congratulations, Bunch of Tools, not Bunch of Lizards, Oni, for your victory over the midgets.
I can't tell them apart. Up next is Blood Bowl and Chill versus Cleveland Gutter Rats. Blood Bowl and Chill started the game on offense. 2 early casualties by the Dark Elves and a bad play by the Rat Ogre set the tone for the first half. The Dark Elves pushed down the field, scored, giving the Rats barely enough time to equalize. The Cleveland Gutter Rats, though, proved up to the challenge and scored as time runs out in the first half to tie the game up. Second half, Cleveland Gutter Rats press for a quick touchdown, but are stopped on the goal line when the Witch Elf Scandal pushed Mighty Mouse out of bounds. The Dark Elves grabbed the ball, with the Skaven working hard to get it back. Blood Bowl and Chill hold on to the ball and make a break down the pitch. Seeing the game slip away, Obscene Creep chased down the ball carrier, knocking him out of the game and stopping the winning touchdown, sending the game into overtime. The Gutter Rats received, but with only 5 players on the pitch, chances are looking grim. They do set up a good defensive screen though. Unfortunately, Feeble Mouskowitz was tripped up by Prison Break. With the ball loose, Blood Bowl and Chill pick it up and are able to drive in for the game-winning touchdown. Heartbreaking way to lose for Cleveland when they had a chance to win, but then again, it's Cleveland and it is football.
And I knew Nuffle would play a hand in that game. The next matchup, Ragnar's Nimrats versus the Skulking Skeevers. For this matchup, Skitter Stab Stab decided to join the Skulking Skeevers. I was glad to see this, as I haven't seen him play in a while. Now, on to the game. Skulking Skeevers receive the ball first and start their drive down the field, putting some players further ahead to keep their options open for a passing touchdown. Ragnar's Nimrats respond quickly to this tactic and fouled on Skitter Stab Stab. The foul would have killed the Skitter Stab Stab if not for his personal envoy of apothecaries at his disposal. This did take him out of the game though, as he had yet to recover. Apparently I will have to wait even longer to see him play. Skeevers took their revenge though and slapped the Nims with a fireball from their wizard. Arthur barely seen it in time and ended up knocked out, while Timothy Brisby didn't even see it coming and paid the ultimate price: death. Skitter Sneak took advantage of this confusion and hands it off to Quick Quiet, who scores the touchdown. Ragnar's Nimrats now receive the ball and move it downfield. In one fell swoop by the Skulking Skeevers, the Nimrats drive quickly turned into a Skulking Skeever drive and a touchdown. It was like it was practiced by the Skulking Skeevers to do this, as it totally baffled the Nim team. Ragnar's Nimrats' next drive was a total success, and they were able to finally score their first touchdown right before the half's end. The Nimrats start their third offensive drive of the game at the start of the second half. The Skulking Skeevers almost sneak another fantastic play off against the Nims, but the Nims were ready this time. And ready they were, as they killed Bully Bitey of the Skulking Skeevers to prove their point. On this drive, the Ragnar's Nimrats kill some time off the clock before scoring the final touchdown of the normal game time, sending the game into overtime 2-2. At the start of the overtime, the Skulking Skeevers received, but they erred on their attempted pass, and the Ragnar's Nimrats capitalized and made the final touchdown of the game. Congratulations to Ragnar's Nimrats for that awesome come-from-behind victory to move on to the second round of the playoffs.
For our last matchup, we have School of Crocs versus Long Drong Pirates. Long Drong Pirates started the game on offense. A big scrum forms in the center of the pitch, with both sides happy to wail away on each other. Midway through the second half, the Lizard defense is able to take down the ball carrier and pop the ball loose. The Pirates runner, Dar, recovered the ball and ran down the field to hand off to Algak. The rest of the dwarf worked to screen the School of Crocs. A daring move by the Sarai Toxel sees him knocking down the ball carrier, but is unable to protect the ball. Algak stands up, knocks the Lizard away, and marches in for the score. Second half, the Lizards receive and press down their left side. The dwarves try to stop them, only to watch Zolchai throw a pass to Bokota. Bokota scampers down the field, stopping at the goal line to let the big guys beat up on some dwarves. Dar and Bloxagor take the opportunity to push 2 dwarves into the rowdy School of Crocs fans, resulting in an injury and a death. The dwarven runner, angry now, takes a shot at Bokata, and while unable to take him down, pushes him into the end zone. Lizardmen score. Watching the clock run down, the Pirates slowly dash down the field. They are dwarves, going for the winning touchdown. The Sarai Tazlat blitzes down the ball carrier, stopping the drive and forcing the game into overtime. School of Crocs win the coin toss and decided to receive the ball. Seeing the defensive lineup, Garexel goes down the Lizardmen's left side. The Pirates, needing to open a blitzing lane, run into the Zaxel's fist, letting Garexel continue running down the pitch. Seeing the game slip away, Dar takes a desperate shot to tackle the ball carrier. Toxel thwarts the attempt, and Garaxel scores the winning touchdown. Congratulations on the win, School of Crocs. This week's winners are School of Crocs, Bunch of Tools, Ragnoff's Nimrats. Aztecs. Stop Poking Me. Blood Bowl and Chill. Misty Mountain Cold Brew. And Trojan Norse move on to the second round.
And this is what the playoff bracket will be. The first match we will discuss moving closer to the championship match will be the RIP versus the Bunch of Tools. Although the Bunch of Tools have a team made for bashing, I think Azino will figure out a way to get past that, as he has done that throughout the entire season. I vote for RIP with the score being 3-1.
While I would like to agree with you, sorry, I'm going to have to go with Bunch of Tools. Azino did a fantastic job this season, but I think he's going to run into a wrecking ball that is the Bunch of Tools, and they're just going to wear him down for a 2-1 victory. Second matchup sees the Philosopher Kings taking on Stop Poking Me. This one, I'm going with the Philosopher Kings just due to a little better roster players and the fact that the coach, Swilholm, is a very methodical coach and he just will not make a mistake.
I personally want to go with Stop Poking Me, just for the sheer fact that I have played against him. He is in my division, and I'll root for my division for you or anybody else. But aside that fact, though, I do know that Spider is a very good coach. Swilhelm seems to be a little chicken sometimes, but when he has to, he does make a move if he needs to. So it is a tough call. Right now, I'm just going to go with what I favor, and I'm going to go with Stop Poking Me. The next matchup will be Crazy Claws versus Assassins of Youth. And this matchup here is a close one to call. I personally think the Assassins of Youth should splurge a little money and get a wizard. If they do, then I am all for Assassins of Youth. I think it'll be a close game, 2-1, 3-2, something like that. If they don't splurge for the Wizards, oh, it could go back to the Crazy Claws. And I'm thinking 60-40 chance if they don't. So right now it's all depending on the Assassins of Youth, and not many coaches like to spend their own money to put into a team. I'm going to have to go with the Crazy Claws on this one.
I think that it'll be Assassins of Youth. Crazy Claws is, yes indeed, a good Lizardman team. They're still a Lizardman team in a rival clan. Therefore, Assassins of Youth, 2-1. For the fourth matchup, we have Ragnoff's Nimrats taking on the Misty Mountain Cold Brew. Taking a look at both of those teams, Ragnoff's team has some incredible players on that team. Unfortunately, the Dwarves, very basic team, very good team, very well skilled. I'm going to go with the Dwarves. They're just going to grind down the Rats, and they'll probably be a 2-1 win.
Well, for the first time, I agree with you in regards to this round, that the Misty Mountains will pull off this win. Main reason would be along the lines that they'll just simply pound right into Ragnoff's Nimrats. And I don't think they can handle it, even though they are freaks of nature. So Misty Mountains, I think, will just bulldoze their way right on in. And I think the score will come down to a 1-0 or a 2-1 match. For the next matchup, the Lounging Lizards versus the Trojan Norse. Tough to call, both teams being widely dispersed with skills. It's just really tough to call. Right now, I am going to go with the Lounging Lizards. I think they'll manage to pull this one off. I think it will go into overtime. Overall score 2-1.
Taking a look at both rosters, the Lounging Lizards currently have only 9 rostered players. I'm going to go with Trojan Norse. They outnumber them. They're going to out-hit them. They're going to win 2-1. For the sixth matchup, we have Blood Bowl and Chill going against the Jade Reavers. They've played twice. Both times, Jade Reavers won. I'm going to continue the theme. Jade Reavers are going to win again, 3-0. The Jade Reavers coach just outmatches Blood Bowl and Chill's coach. He doesn't stand a chance.
I partially agree with Oni. I think he has a chance, but as proven, Jade Reavers have toppled over him twice before with shutouts. So, much as I dislike it, I think the Jade Reavers will pull this one out. They'll have a wizard to back them up, or have the ability to get a wizard to back them up. I think it'll be all just simply too much for Blood Bowl and Chill. Say the final score 3-1 at best. For the next matchup, it will be my team, the Sleeping Dragons, versus No Steroids Here, another Norse team. Well, this will be an interesting matchup, sure enough. Will my guys be able to pull it off? They better. I think my team should win it. I think it'll go into overtime, however. 2-1.
Having taken a look at both rosters, their records, I'm going to have to go with No Steroids here. He was second in the league in touchdowns allowed. He's built his team around guard. Now, I will say the Sleeping Dragons have built their team with both blitzers having Mighty Blow. He has the potential of winning the game, but I think the guard will win out. No Steroids here, 1-0. In the last matchup, we have the Orc Team Aztecs taking on the Lizardmen School of Crocs. After reviewing both rosters in the second round, both teams are entering beat up. With that, I'm going to go with School of Crocs. They have healthier players, while the Aztecs are down 2 Black Orcs for this game.
Yeah, Oni just took the words right out of my mouth. I am thinking School of Crocs as well. I agree with him on that. No, they're not missing any Sorai, so they're pretty much not really at a loss of much strength. Versus the Aztecs, they're down 1 of their Black Orcs, and they never recovered a 4th. So they're going into the game with only 2 Black Orcs. I think that'll be the big difference right here. They're just not going to have the strength to do what they need to do. If anything, they'll have to rely on their agility, and that generally isn't always a good thing for the Orcs. So I think School of Crocs will win it. It'll come down to a shutout, 2-0.
Thank you for listening in. That wraps up round 1 of the playoffs of the Proving Grounds. We've also discussed who we think is going to win round 2. And with that, this is Oni Goku.
And this is Fat Zombie, signing off.
Cowboy. Cowboy. Cowboy.